Hey, this is Notser, and this is Untitled. This week I want to talk about the up-and-coming changes to the hood. Well, more like the hood is going to be changed, and I don't know when I will have access to it, but when I do, I will try and make a video discussing it, showing it off, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. Also, I would like to discuss the Soviet cruiser line that I went through on Sunday and my thoughts on it. And then finally, I would like to talk about something personal. I had a family event related to a dog, and I just want to talk about it. And it's important because it was very stressful, and maybe there's someone out there who's dealing with the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting to people to hear about it. Know that life's difficult for everyone. So, the hood. We recently heard that the hood will be receiving some adjustments, of course, and everyone's excited for that. They are an overall improvement to the ship, I think, and I look forward to experiencing it. I don't know when I'm going to experience it, though. It's one of those things that's like, yeah, we think we're going to release it at this point. We don't really know, though. Oh, it's going to be taking away the ship from your inventory. Oh, we won't take the ship away from your inventory. I'm basically just sitting here going, okay, whatever. Do whatever you want, wargaming. It's cool with me. There has been a couple more things released. Like, there is a damaged version of the hood for this event. There has to be some sort of, who would win? Hood versus Bismarck. Something related to that. There's just something. Because both have a damaged version of the ship in a model or a camo. And they don't make that on accident. It has to be in existence for something. And that event hopefully will start soon. We are in May. And the momentous event occurred, 76? 77 years ago? Yeah. A long time ago, basically. And it'll be fun. Whatever the event is, I'll cover it, of course. We'll talk about it in as much detail as is required. I look forward to it. Whatever the hood event is, whenever the hood changes come, I will, of course, show them off. Now, let's talk about the Soviet cruiser line. I do every Sunday. I do Down the Line. This is not an original idea at all. I don't claim to be. But I think it's a fun idea for World of Warships because the game is not as different Tier 1 to Tier 10 as other wargaming products. And the Soviet cruiser line is a line that I really don't play that much. And it's not because I don't like it. I just find that I like destroyers and battleships more. I think it's pretty fair to say that my least played class at this point, other than aircraft carriers, is the cruiser. They just have a short time to live. Let's be frank. Everyone wants to kill you, and as myself, that's already what people want to do is, oh, Notser's in the game? Let's go after Notser. That seems like a great idea. So I played through the Soviet cruiser line. It's about as powerful as I expected. Very easy to hit long-range shots. Not as maneuverable as I'm used to in the French or the Japanese, but the long-range shot accuracy is, of course, great. Now, I can't admit that I played every single game correctly. Of course not. But I played most of them correctly. Most. And we came out with more wins than losses. And I think I contributed to most of them, but who's to say, right? Who's to say? Plus, the Soviet cruisers, they've got like 4 or 5 premiums already, so I should try to play a couple of them. I didn't play some that I played like a day ago, just because it's already 10 ships plus 4 or 5 premiums. At that point, I'm running out of time for my 5-hour shindig anyway. But it worked out pretty well. It was fun. People had fun. We definitely are getting a lot of subscriptions. I really appreciate it. I am going to try. Hopefully, this week I will make another emoticon for the stream. I am doing this by myself. I do have Poimain for input, but I am the creator of basically everything you see. So keep that in mind. And I just want there to be more fun for you to do whenever you're on my stream. If you aren't into Twitch and you're looking for a way to support, well, consider subscribing on Twitch, because it gives you something back. It allows you to watch my channel, if you ever end up doing that, without ads. That's pretty good. Not that I run ads during the game, but you get the idea. Also, you get the emoticons, which are kind of fun. You can use them in all chat. If you know, I would figure that the people who watch it on Twitch watch it on Twitch. The people who watch it on YouTube watch it on YouTube. You know, but on Twitch, you get to have a little bit more, you know, question and answer interaction with people. It's pretty funny. It's honestly pretty funny to have real-time reaction to your failures or your success. I certainly had a lot of failure and success with the Soviet cruisers. I ran into torpedoes. I point-blank killed someone, and there was some reasonable reactions for the situations we were in. Yeah, reasonable. But the Soviet cruiser line, very solid. It's much easier to play. You know, it's funny. People were commenting, oh, remember back in the day when we got the Soviet cruiser line and the German cruiser line, and we had the Japanese and the Americans, and everyone's like, man, those Soviets, they're so squishy. They are nothing compared to the British or the French. So it's nice to be able to take at least one shot versus my French that almost dies to like a feather. So that's pretty cool. Soviet cruisers, plus, A+, fun to play. Now, let's get to the main event. So on Thursday, well, this week. So my family has a lot of dogs, We recently rescued a sixth. He came to the house. He's like, oh, help us. You know how those puppy dog eyes work. They have that voodoo. We've got the means to support them. We've got a bunch of areas for them to run free. Run free. And it's the right thing to do. Right? If you've got the ability, you've got to try at least to take care of them, right? Or find a home for them. That's the right thing to do. So we found a home in the form of our home. And we've been trying to deal with heartworm. A very young dog dealing with heartworm. I hope you don't have to go through it. Heartworm used to be a death sentence. It's not quite that anymore. But they've got multiple treatments to try and make sure the worm dies and all that stuff. Anyone who doesn't know what a heartworm is, it's basically a parasite on the heart. And it steals, obviously, blood and all that stuff to survive. When it dies, it sort of is taken out of the chain, and the body gets used to the chain. So we had a moment where the heartworm died, and a blood clot formed, and it went into his heart. And this is my first officer. He's been on the stream before. He hasn't been vocal, of course, because he's so polite. But I absolutely was very shocked with what had to go down on Thursday. I was raiding. I was telling my guys, I got a dog emergency. Gotta go right now. Sorry. We scooped him up, put him in the car, took him to the emergency vet clinic, and they were like, oh man, he's low on oxygen. Get him over here. Steroids. They do the whole prep work, you know. We see the doctor. Listen, I don't know how long he has left. Oh God, it's like, because of the nature of this, it has degraded rapidly. We're going to do everything we can to keep him alive. We need permission to overdose him on steroids because he's already taken some. And we're like, whatever it'll take to keep him alive. You know, you just said he could die. He's very close to dying if we don't do anything, you know. So they keep him in an oxygenated environment. They give him steroids. They stabilize him. We take him to our vet because this is sort of a night shift, the emergency center. Take him to our vet. They also provide the care he needs. Then we need to take him back to the emergency center because our vet closes. Most vets don't stay 24/7. There's just not enough people. And when we bring him to the emergency center again, he goes through about a day, and they're like, he's vastly improved. You do have permission to take him back. And you're extremely happy, right? Thursday night was a bad day. Thursday was a very bad day. I saw a lot of sadness. A lot of sadness. It was supposedly one of the busiest days of the year for this vet clinic. They were down 2 people on staff. I can't even imagine. I saw a lot of sadness. I'm so sorry for all those animals and those families. You see these poor people having to come here for whatever reason. You know, same thing. I know it could have easily happened to me, and they don't get the outcome that they're seeking. And you just feel for those people. You just wish you could go and hug them. Especially for animals. For me, at least. Anyone who loves an animal is a good person to me. So I always see them as a potential friend. Because I love animals too. They mean a lot to me. So to see the sadness in their eyes, to know, because I've been through that. I've lost animals too. And it just aches. It hurts. But that's just the way life works, right? One day it's yours, next day it's someone else's. And you just hope that there's enough qualified vets, nurses, doctors to try and do the best they can to give you the best chance of success. That's all you can hope for. So we were able to get him back. He's resting comfortably. First officer will be joining us at some point in the near future. He's got to stay low-key for now. But I was so happy that we didn't lose him. You know, he's 2 years old. This poor little dude. It was a heartworm treatment, by the way. I don't know if I said that. It's all blur. Heartworm treatment. Apparently at the end of stage 2, heartworm, this is the most vulnerable they're at. And that's exactly where he was. He would be dead if my family didn't insist on bringing him home. My vet does not have 24 hours employee observation. They take him out, they feed him, they leave him in a kennel overnight, they come back. If he was left in that kennel, he would be dead. The only reason he's alive is because we insisted on bringing him home. So just consider that. Make sure you know what your vet's doing. If your vet can't observe 24/7, maybe you decide to observe for him, you know, because he's your family member. I'm sure many of you would do the exact same thing. And I'm so thankful that that's what it ended up being. And it really shook our vet. They were really, you know, oh man, we're so close to losing this guy. Just want to share what's been going on. Anyone who watches Twitch, he's okay. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.